Currently, as I'm recording this, the most viewed video on my channel is of a podcast studio setup. And it makes sense. A lot of people are getting into the podcast game or just want to have better audio for their gaming or for their video calls or to maybe dabble in some music production at home. And while I've done videos on podcast studios that have taken off, it's been a long time since I've seen a new one. And I've just got this one in the mail. This is the Guarda, I think is how you say it. Guarda A1 live sound card is what they call it. Basically, it's a podcast studio. It includes a little condenser microphone. It's very robust. And this is kind of an all-in-one setup so that you can start recording a podcast or a vlog or some sort of audio at home without having to buy different components. Everything you need is in the box. It's made really well. And today in this video, I'm gonna give you a full unboxing, show you what comes inside, set it up, give you a run through of as many features as I can. There's a ton of them. And then let you know my thoughts about this and whether or not it's worth picking up for yourself. Now, this is the Phase Reviews YouTube channel. My name is Jordan. And if you're new here, thank you for joining me. And if you're a subscriber, welcome back as always. If you are not subscribed, consider hitting that button, but we won't waste much time with that. Let's take a look at this Guarda A1 podcast studio / live sound card. Okay, so first things first on this channel, I like to start with packaging. Maybe it'll tell us a little bit about the product itself. Nothing flashy here. I'm not gonna lie, this kind of looks like it was made in Microsoft Paint or something, but it does have the model, the name, kind of a drawing of the product right here. More of the stuff, same around the back, you know, applies to recording, live streaming, podcast, audio mixing, music. Looking for some specs on here. Let's see, USB 2.0 full speed device, 32-bit audio DSP, no driver required, plug and play, noise reduction technology. Okay, so really not a lot they're telling us here. What about on the bottom? Okay, on the bottom it says multi-screen compatible DSP intelligent processing chip, out of tone magic weapon. I don't know what that means. Dual accompaniment lead in 48 kilohertz audio interface. Okay, lots of things that they're claiming here, but let's just open it up and see what comes in the box. Now let me swing this around, pull these open. Okay, so this is how it looks when it comes to you in the mail. My manual just rolled off the table, but I've used this, so we don't need that. We'll get to it in a moment. Let's just kind of go through all the things individually, starting with the actual podcast station itself. Now, one of the things you're gonna notice when you pick this guy up is it is heavy. It's all metal, and it is made so well. I'm extremely impressed with how this guy feels, even more so than the other podcast studios I've recorded in the past. It's got these really nice rubber pads, rubber buttons all around here. You've got a few sliders for some different features, a couple jog wheels here, your power button, and your phantom power right here, along with a little level display at the top, okay? But construction-wise, absolutely robust and solid. It's got some feet on the bottom that are plastic, not rubber, unfortunately. And then around the back, you have your inputs and outputs, which we'll talk about right now briefly. You have two XLR microphone inputs, which is huge. XLR is kind of the standard. It's more professional in the audio world. You want to have XLR inputs wherever you can instead of the dinky little 3.5 millimeter or 1/4 inch. Okay, so that's really nice to see. You also have an input for a dynamic microphone. So these are for condensers. The dynamic would be for like a Shure SM58 or just kind of your standard like DJ microphone. You can plug in one of those as well, which is super nice. You also have mic 3 and 4, which are those smaller 3.5 millimeter microphones. Those are cheap. If you want to add a couple extras for guests, you can do that right here. Other inputs, we have the mic headset, so you can listen back to your microphones. Earphones, okay? Music, to plug in an external audio source. Live 1 and Live 2, which are gonna be outputs for like a studio system. And then you also have OTG, which I'm not sure, we'll check the manual on that one. And then DC 5 volt for powering the unit, okay? So that's everything on the back side. The other edges don't really have anything that I see. But again, construction quality, top notch. Okay, so I actually picked the manual up off the floor just to double check on my inputs and outputs. They have a nice little diagram right here. And the Live 1 and Live 2 are actually outputs to send your signal to a PC or to a phone so that you can live stream. That's what the live comes from. So if you want to live stream a podcast, you have multiple outputs. It looks like they do not have individual output levels, unfortunately, but you do have the ability to send the signal out to multiple devices. So if you have a guest on, you can both send it to your audiences, which is nice. Now, speaking of this manual, the manual is literally a one-page explanation of each input and output, each button, and that's it, okay? So you're gonna have to be pretty adept to know how to work this, or just watch this video and I'll explain it to you. Okay, so that's that. That's the unit itself. Now underneath, they include a really nice XLR. I've never seen this nice of an XLR included in a kit. It's got kind of a sheath around it with braided cable underneath. It's plenty long, maybe 10 feet. So it's nice that they include that for your microphone. They also include, this is the stand. Okay, so they include these are plastic unfortunately, but these are gonna be able to put into our bases, if I can find it. This is gonna go into the base to mount the included microphone. It's interesting that the bases are plastic. You'd think with how well the microphone podcast station is made that the bases would be better quality, but these are all plastic, so kind of a letdown here. But I'd rather that the actual device be higher quality than this itself. So you win some, you lose some, I guess. Okay, now if I can get through all this stuff here. So you get 2 of these vertical posts, you get the base. What else we got in here? Here's a shock mount. This is gonna isolate the microphone from vibrations on your table, and this is kind of the most intense mount that I've ever seen. So we'll kind of figure out how that works in just a minute. All right, what else do we got in here? This is another base. Okay, so they include 2 bases. Do I get 2 microphones? No. Interesting. Okay, so you get 2 stands, 1 microphone, 1 shock mount. Maybe this other one, is this other stand for, no. Oh, this other stand I think is for your device. So if you're gonna live stream on a phone, that's what the other stand is for, not for microphone. So that's cool. So this is already ready to go if you're gonna do like a video podcast. That's nice to have. So we've got 2 bases, 2 uprights, 1 shock mount for the microphone, 1 set of earbuds. So if you need to monitor your microphone, they even included probably a very cheap pair of earbuds, but that's nice they included it. Here's a mount for your phone, okay? That hooks onto this, I'm guessing. Let's see if I gotta like loosen this up here. Oh, too much. Yeah, so that hooks onto there. You got like a swivel mount, and then this will mount onto the stand that I just built. Okay, so there's your device mount. That's cool. Got to put this back together before I forget. And then they also include, let's see, we've got more cables over here. Okay, so we've got, looks like a TRRS tip ring sleeve. This is gonna be for broadcasting to your phone. So you can plug this into your phone and do a live stream. They also have, they also have a cable with a tip ring sleeve to USB-C, probably also for live streaming to an Android device. And then this is gonna be your power cable, which is micro USB to regular USB. Surprising they didn't do USB-C for the power cable. That's a little odd, but whatever. And they didn't include like a wall block. I guess they're assuming you have one of those, just like Apple does. But so you're gonna need to supply the DC, wall plug for this guy as well. And then this is the microphone, and kind of returning to the theme of the podcast station, this is all metal and made very nice. It feels very heavy, XLR on the bottom there. And I don't like the logo very much, but that's fine. This feels good quality, so we'll see how it sounds. And that's everything that comes in the box. So to recap, we've got the podcast station, we've got the little manual here, we've got a nice quality XLR cord, we've got 2 bases with vertical supports, one of them for the shock mount, which holds the microphone, which just kind of you set in there, it looks like, maybe? Yeah, okay. Interesting, real interesting, okay? I think they over-engineered this thing. There's the microphone. And then the other one for your phone support, the other vertical stand. Cheap pair of earbuds, a couple cables for live streaming, one to just maybe a laptop or a phone with a headphone jack, and then one for an Android device, as well as a power cord with no power block. Okay, so that's everything that comes in the box. I'm gonna clean this off. I'm gonna pull out my laptop. I'm gonna set this up, put the camera overhead, and we'll walk through the features of this guy. All right, so this is the unit all set up. It actually took me a couple of seconds to get everything going, and there's a few quirks that I wanted to let you know about. So I've got it connected to the computer right here. This is in the micro USB that's labeled OTG. That's the one that connects to your laptop, which is what I'm recording in Audacity on right now. There's another USB input right here that's labeled 5 volt, and that's actually a charging port because this is battery powered. I had no idea. So this has an internal battery battery. I have no idea how long it lasts yet, but if you want to podcast on the go, you have that ability with this as well. So you've got the power here. This microphone that it comes with, which is plugged in right here, is not going to function unless you have this plus 48 volts on right here, which is phantom power, which you utilize with the condenser microphone. And then I just have a pair of headphones plugged in right here. One thing to note with these is that there is a delay between when I'm speaking ever so slightly and the output to the headphones, as well as the monitor. This is not instantaneous. There's a little bit of a delay. That's not the best. It's kind of throwing me off with the headphones, but I'm trying to work through it. If you had noise canceling headphones, I don't think it would be as big of a deal, or full cover headphones, or you weren't trying to film at the same time. But just know that there's a delay here and a delay here, okay? But I'm gonna switch over the audio to this guy. It's actually recording right now. I'm gonna let you hear how it sounds for the rest of the video. So 1, 2, 3. And now you're hearing my voice through the condenser microphone that comes with the Guarda A1. Now let's start walking through the features, because there's quite a lot. You're going to see these two sliders up right here. Monitor is my headphone volume. That's what's going to my earbuds. And record is the output level going to the computer via USB. Okay. This knob over here, that's mic, is my mic volume. I can put that down, check. It's going to go away and then come back. It has like little notches. It's not a smooth thing. So if I notch up, I'll probably start overdriving here in a second. I'm going to actually take it right down to the level where I like it right there, but there's plenty of gain if you need it. Okay. Now this is echo. I'm guessing this is, okay. So a little bit of reverb there, kind of giving me the bathroom vibe, reverb. Hello. Okay, so you can just kind of add more and more reverb via this knob. That's all the way. And then this is back. So if you're doing like karaoke, or for some reason you want some echo or reverb, you can use this knob. I'm going to turn that back down. So right here, we've got some tone controls. These should actually be in the middle. Okay, I'm going to put those there. And so, if you want to add or remove some bass or some treble, you can do that. And I'm not going to mess with those right now. And they do have a little notch in the center so that they slot into an indent right there. The rest of these don't. These do not have an indent, but the high and low do. Okay, tone.
I think this is for altering your pitch. Yep, you can hear
that. Okay, so I
can lower the tone of my voice.
Music is going to be for your aux input. If you want to send like your podcast music into here, you can do that with the music one using the aux cable. And then instrument is going to be for a separate input where they say you can plug in like a guitar or something like that. I'm not going to be using that today, but you do have that option. Okay, now across the bottom, we've got a lot of different buttons here. Let's start in the middle. These are going to be your sound effects, your zingers, or I don't remember what they call them. So we've got a few here. This is opening. You can click it again to stop it. Clapping. Crickets. That's pretty good. Run. Epic suspense. So some of these are really fun. I like the sad, the suspense. After game over.
Game over.
We got yes. No. Okay, so we're doing like a game show. That's fun. And then these custom ones over here. Okay, so just check the manual. You can actually record your own sounds or sound bites onto these. You just hold it until it flashes. You're listening to the DJ Phase podcast. If I click it again, you're listening to the DJ Phase podcast. It plays back. Okay, cool. So play and pause that. You're listening to the DJ Phase podcast. And I'm guessing we can record over if we hold it again. Please subscribe to Phase Reviews on YouTube. Click it. Please subscribe to Phase Reviews on YouTube. So cool. So you can set your own recordings into those 3 custom slots right there. Now moving to the right, these are going to be vocal changers. Right now it's on Monster, I guess. Here's original voice. We can kind of compare. I didn't know this was on Monster this whole time. Hopefully it doesn't sound like complete trash. Here's KTV. Yeah, okay, KTV sound effect mode. There's that. I really can't hear what's going on because these earbuds that it came with are absolute trash. Here's the professional mode.
Here is the rap mode. Here is the female voice mode. Hello, hello, hello. I think we have to alter the tone for that. Hello, 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 hello. Here is the male voice tone lowers. Lowly voice mode. Hello, hello, hello. Makes it high. And the monster voice
Mode lowers and makes it really deep. Okay,
So let's try these other ones here. Check, check, KTV, sound effect mode. I don't know what this is actually doing, but we're just going to go back to original. An original check, 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 check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Now over on this side, we have a couple other things. Echo on and off. Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Check 1, 2. I'm not sure what the echo mode does. Is it doing anything? All right. We've got a microphone mute, so if I click, my voice went away and comes back. Noise reduction, I do like that. So I'm going to do some sounds in the room, like here's tapping the table. I'm going to touch the stand for some like stand noise, handling noise. And then I'll like click on a keyboard over here. Okay, so you can see I was typing on a keyboard there. I don't know if it cut it out or not, but it does have noise reduction if I turn that off. Okay, so now the noise reduction is off. Probably pick up more of the room noise, so we'll keep that on for now. We've got game mode 1. What is game mode? I don't know what this does. Let me check the manual. Okay, so these game modes, it just says when you click them, the style of the accompaniment changes to game. I don't know what that actually is, so we're not going to mess with it. And then I was wrong earlier, is this does have Bluetooth. Okay, so to use the functionality of this guy, let me just double check the manual here. To use the BT, short press the button to prompt the sound Bluetooth on. The light is on and the sound card is turned on. You can connect the sound card by Bluetooth and play accompaniment music. Short press the button to prompt the sound Bluetooth off. The light turns off and the sound card Bluetooth turns off. So this manual is not very helpful, but let me see if I can get some music on here. Okay, so I'm gonna just put it on real quick. I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna connect. You know, every time you click one of these, you hear like the command in your headphones. Okay. All right, so I just turned it on. It connected to it. Let's see if I can play some music. Okay. Okay, that's good. Cool. So the music input works. Now, one of the things that I just clicked is tone, and I think this is auto tune. Tone. So this is going through like auto tune. All right, so a couple different things. Tone is our auto tune, and on the display here, you can actually see what key it's in. So if I click that, I should be able to get out of auto tune. Okay, it's not turning off. If I hold it, maybe. All right, scratch that. I just figured out how to turn off auto-tune. You have to go over and click original voice mode over here. That will turn off the auto-tune. That was frustrating. It actually didn't say that anywhere in the manual. So if you select one of these, it will turn off auto-tune. Okay, dodge mode. I actually looked this up. So if I play music, it will actually lower the volume of the music so that you can hear my voice. And then when I stop speaking, the music comes back up. So let's try that. All right, so here's dodge mode. The music gets quiet and then comes back in automatically. So that's actually super duper nice. I love that feature. A lot of awesome functionality in this, more than I expected, especially because it's Bluetooth and it is battery powered. I didn't see all of that coming. So I'm pretty impressed with this guy. It's very comparable to the other ones I've reviewed in the past, except this one has a lot more robust construction. It's built a ton better. And it has even more features and more sound effects than the other ones that I've reviewed prior. So all in all, I think this Guarda A1 is a phenomenal portable podcast studio. I think this is a great option if you're trying to get into the podcasting game or just, level up your audio quality for whatever content you produce. So if you want to pick one of these up for yourself, I'll include a link down in the description. You can go buy through there. That way. Buy through there, support the channel. I would, of course, love you for it. Thank you so much for being here and watching today, and I will see you next time.